Okay, here we go. I received another weird story. Is it wrong of me to refuse to pay for my unfaithful ex-wife's share of our daughter's wedding expenses? Buckle up, folks. This is a long one. I am a 52-year-old male who has divorced his ex-wife. She's been 51 for over 15 years. We have 2 children together. Our daughter, 26, is getting married, as is our son, 23. The divorce was not pretty. Long story short, she had an affair with her boss. It took me more than a year to find out. I won't get into the gory details, but it was really messy. When we split up, I obtained primary custody of the children. This doesn't happen very often. It is not impossible for a father to obtain primary custody of the children. They were 11 and 8 at the time. Ex-wife moved in with her affair partner, whom she eventually married. That's got to be tough. She had visitation every other weekend and on certain holidays. As a single father, I worked tirelessly to ensure that my children had all they required. It was not simple, but we made it work. Fast forward 6 months, and my daughter is getting married. She's marrying a wonderful man, and I could not be happier for her. The problem is the wedding cost. My daughter and her fiancé met with me last week to discuss the finances. They're preparing a grandiose event. Destination wedding in Hawaii with 200 guests, the works. The whole cost is roughly $75,000. What? $75,000? That is completely ludicrous. Go down to the courthouse. I know, it's insane. Here's where things become tough. Traditionally, the bride's family pays for the majority of the wedding expenses. My daughter asked whether I would be willing to split the fees with her mother 50/50. That's $37,500 each. I almost choked on my coffee. I'm no longer struggling financially. I've done well for myself over the years, but $37,500 is still a large sum of money. I promised my daughter that I would think about it and get back to her. I called my ex-wife to explain the situation. This is the first civil chat we've had in years. She appeared interested at first, until I stated the price. She then revealed a bombshell. She and her husband, the former affair partner, are bankrupt. Apparently his business failed last year. They are just keeping their heads above the water. She requested if I could cover her half too, just for once. No, I wouldn't do it. She will have to work things out for our daughter's sake. I'll be honest. All those years of her having a good time while I struggled as a single father came pouring back to me. I told her no way in hell. I was covering her share. She needed to find it out on her own. Yes, just as I said. She started crying, accusing me of being cruel and punishing our daughter for previous misdeeds. I hung up with her. I contacted my daughter back and explained the issue, telling her that I was pleased to donate $37,500 to the wedding, but would not pay any more. If she wanted the huge Hawaii wedding, she and her fiancé would have to cover the rest or reduce their plans. My daughter did not take it well. She accused me of being selfish and hanging on to grudges. She said I was spoiling her fantasy wedding. If I truly loved her, I would make it happen. The call ended with her in tears. My son has also evolved. He's on my side, says Sis is being unreasonable, but he is concerned about family strife overshadowing the wedding, so he keeps urging me to be the greater person and just pay for everything. Man, that's it. That's tough. My present wife feels I am completely justified. My ex claims he is attempting to influence me through our daughter, but she is concerned about the strain this is placing on my relationship with her. So here I am on Reddit. Is it wrong for me to refuse to pay my ex's half of the wedding expenses? Is my judgment clouded by ancient resentments, or am I correct in standing firm? Edit. I didn't expect the answers at all. I actually didn't. This is where we are at. Number 1. Yes, I'm sure the wedding costs $75,000. I saw the itemized budget. Destination weddings are pricey, particularly in Hawaii. Plus, my kid has always had a penchant for champagne. 2. No, I have not paid any child support since my divorce. I had primary custody, remember? My ex-wife paid me a tiny sum each month, but she frequently skipped payments. I didn't pursue it since I didn't want any more conflict. 3. For those curious about my daughter and her fiancé's finances, they both have good careers but some student loan debt. They've saved almost $15,000 for the wedding so far. They were counting on their parents to fund the remainder. 4. To be clear, I am not refusing to contribute at all. I am willing to pay $37,500, which is half the entire cost. I just won't pay my ex's part on top of that. Remember, the bitch cheated on me with the same person she married and now lives with. 5. Some people have questioned if I am still bitter about the divorce. Honestly, there is still some anger. But I've gone on with my life. I am happily remarried. I do not wish my ex sick. I just don't want to fund her duties. This is a good decision. 6. To those who propose, I offer to pay for particular items rather than a flat sum. That is a good idea. I'll discuss it with my daughter once things calm down. Thank you again for your contributions, everyone. It's given me something to think about. I'll provide an update if anything else changes. Update. So, things have taken an unexpected turn. I had a long conversation with my daughter last night. We both apologized for losing our composure earlier. I explained my viewpoint. She shared hers. It became emotional, but in a positive manner. Many things came out that we had both been holding back for years. It turns out she had been feeling terrible about her divorce for a long time. She blames herself for not seeing that something was wrong between me and her mother. She claims she pushed for the large wedding partially to bring the family together, to make some positive memories to counteract the negative ones. Hearing that crushed my heart. We discussed more practical wedding ideas. She admitted that the Hawaii idea was definitely too costly. We're looking for local venues today, which will considerably reduce prices. I have promised to fund the catering and venue rental costs, whatever they may be. She and her fiancé will cover the balance with their money and some assistance from his parents. I also sought out to my ex-wife. She apologized for placing me in an unpleasant situation. She said she should have been more financially responsible throughout the years. She plans to sell some jewels to help fund the wedding. Not much, but something. At the very least, she is trying. My son is relieved that we can all talk again. He has offered to DJ the wedding for free as a gift to his sister. Kids with talent could save us a few bucks there. It is not all smooth sailing. There is still conflict, particularly between my daughter and my current wife, but we are working on it. Taking one day at a time. So where does this leave us? The wedding is still happening, albeit on a reduced scale. Everyone is contributing what they can. It isn't perfect, but it seems right. As if we are finally acting like a family again. Dysfunction and everything. I'd want to thank everyone who commented. Your insights enabled me to stand back and see the big picture. This isn't simply about money or past grievances. It's about healing and moving on. I will provide another update following the wedding. Final update: the wedding was last weekend, and you know what? It was perfect. We ended up having it at a lovely nearby vineyard. About 100 visitors, intimate but nonetheless memorable. The whole cost came in just under $30,000. That is still a reasonable sum of money. I saw a cry from the initial $75,000 plan, yet equally spectacular. Here's how the financing worked out. I covered the venue and catering for $15,000. My daughter and her fiancé contributed $15,000 from their savings. My ex-wife sold some jewelry and donated $3,000. My son DJ'd for free, saving roughly $2,000. My current wife did all of the flowers. Another $2,000 were spared. The ceremony was amazing. I brought my daughter down the aisle and noticed my ex-wife in the front row, tears in her eyes. For a brief period, all of the pain evaporated. We were just two parents, proud of the beautiful woman we had raised. The reception was a blast. My son excelled as a DJ. I even had a dance with my ex-wife. Awkward? A bit. Yeah, I'll admit it, but it's also been healing in unexpected ways. My daughter grabbed me aside at one point. Thank you for everything, not just the money, but also for your willingness to listen and compromise. Say it was greater than any Hawaii wedding because we were all together. I am not ashamed to say that I teared up a little. Look, I am not suggesting that everything is perfect right now. There's certainly a lot of tangled history between all of us, but this wedding seemed like a fresh start, an opportunity to reshape our family dynamics. So this is the ultimate verdict. Was I a jerk for first refusing to pay my ex's share? Perhaps, probably. Yeah, okay, I was, but being called out on your BS might be a wake-up call. It compelled us all to communicate, to reconsider what was truly important. In the end, we had a lovely wedding and some long-overdue family healing. All for less than half of the initial budget. Sometimes less is more. While certain scars can take years to heal, me individually, I don't believe he's completely healed from what his ex-wife did. He claims he is healed, but I don't trust him. And the ex-wife is requesting financial assistance to pay for her half of the wedding while living and married to the man she cheated on. Wow. You cannot make this shit up. Thank you for tuning in till the next time.